Hello. It's kind of late. It's all right. Hey, can I be a little transparent in the beginning here? That's my
right.
friend. It's my friend. I'm gonna get away from her for a second because this involves her. I'm a little sad. Because we didn't come out to Mr. Blue Sky. It's the first time. And this song, I don't know if y'all picked up on it or not, it's called Golden. I don't think it has anything to do with Bright. And her last name is Gold, so I don't know.
Your last name is Bright. Hi.
We're going up beside moment. You know together we're going. Gonna be golden.
Cut that. Yeah, it's golden. Yeah, wonderful. How's that have anything to do with my last name?
Bright plus gold equals glowing. We're going to be glowing.
I never heard of that formula before. That don't make any sense. No.
Makes all the sense.
Makes all the
You
sense.
learn something new every day, Jeff. I'm glad I could teach.
Yeah, I'm glad. So glad. Hey, we got a good presentation for you, I think. Here's the title. I don't know why I like to walk towards this screen, but it's something about it. I mean, I taught all my life on these chalkboards, and now this is really nice, you know. Building trust. So, hey, can I just tell you, this is the best way I can explain the title, because the title says everything, but then what is it really saying? So we're trying to get people to trust you, whether you're talking to clients or you're talking to potential agents, and there's two paths to get people to trust you. One is likability, and one is credibility. And guess who's going to represent likability tonight? Your very own Jeffrey. Here's credibility standing right on over here, all right? So, hey, you know I like songs from the 70s, all right? In 1971, famous song, Stairway to Heaven, came out. It was the theme to my prom, if that tells you anything. Robert Plant wrote this song. Well, he's a member of Led Zeppelin, for those of you that are in your 20s. And I think this lyric that I pulled out represents our whole talk tonight. This is what we're about. He said, yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Yes, I'm good at likability, and I can try to get people to trust me by choosing that one path, and she's damn good at credibility, and she can get people to trust her on that path. But Stephen, me and you are over here, we're tearing it up, building a relationship. But there's also credibility, and you've got to master both paths. We hope tonight when you walk away from here that you realize if you're good at one, you need to work on the other and be well balanced. So thank you, Robert Plant, for that. Let's look at the next slide. I'm really excited about this slide. I took a lot of time to put it together to try to give you an idea the difference between likability and credibility. Likability are journey people, and credibility are destination people. And what did I do here? I put journey people over here to the left because I knew I was going to be standing over here. That's not a coincidence. And we got the pros and we got the cons. I don't believe there are cons. I don't believe there are weaknesses. I believe your strengths used in excess can be perceived as a weakness. I used to teach people that in an interview. Like, don't go in there and ask you your strengths and weaknesses. Don't tell them your weaknesses. Say, I have no weaknesses, just my strengths used too much. Because if I am too flexible, I can be perceived by my haters as a pushover, right? Over here, Erica is very ambitious and hardworking, but if she's that way too much, she can be perceived as very impatient or a workaholic. A workaholic. So I really like this slide. I don't know if you guys want to take a photo of it, but this is the pros and cons of both sides that we're going to be talking about tonight.
So I have to admit something. I made a little change to the slides and I added a new one.
What?
I found a mistake and I corrected it.
Why didn't you're just now telling me this?
Well, I saw all of mine as positives and saw all of yours as negatives. So, cons and cons, pros and pros. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you better have a really good reason for doing that.
I do.
Oh, you do? I'd love to hear
I wrote
it.
some notes because I knew you were going to ask.
You have notes and everything about that?
I'm going to explain my whole side and why it's all pros.
Oh, please do. I can't wait to hear this.
You put here impatient, workaholic, controlling, interrupts. I just like to get things done. Irritable, yeah, sometimes. Yep. Because I don't tolerate certain energy and I don't do excuses. And stubborn, you know you're right about that, Jeff. Because I know where I'm going and you can't sway me from my goal because I've already decided I'm getting there. And boredom, yeah, I get bored very easily because I'm not meant for a repetitive 9-to-5, same thing every day kind of life. I want growth, I want movement, and I want innovation. And that's what made me think of the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Because when the cheese moves, I don't sit there complaining about it. I go find new cheese. I figure it out. I want to find a better way. That's what makes destination people innovators. So while some might call these things flaws, I see them as positives. It's what keeps me sharp, hungry, and always chasing the next level. So yeah, journey people love the process, but us destination people, we're addicted to progress. Would you like me to explain more?
Do you have the book? Oh, you have the book. Oh, how about that? That's pretty coincidental too.
And I can read straight from my book.
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, I want to hear. I like the sound of this book. So, I've heard about it.
There's 4 imaginary characters depicted in this story. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, and the little people, Hem and Haw, are intended to represent the simple and the complex parts of ourselves, regardless of our age, our gender, race, or our nationality. Sometimes we may act like Sniff, who sniffs out change early, or Scurry, who scurries into action, or Hem, who denies and resists change, as he fears it would lead to something worse. Or Haw, who learns to adapt in time. When he sees changing leads to something better. There's more.
There's more? Okay.
Who Moved My Cheese is a story about change that takes place in a maze where 4 amusing characters look for cheese, cheese being a metaphor for what we want to have in life.
Awesome. I think I need to read this book. I think it applies to this whole talk tonight. Isn't that a coincidental too?
Well, I added one more slide.
What? Now what?
I added one more slide, but I think
added
you're
a
going to like
slide?
this one.
So I don't even recognize this presentation. Oh, now.
Hem, Haw, Sniff, and Scurry. With
Oh, you
all
got their
your
names here.
percentages.
So these are the little people in the maze, Hem and Haw and Sniff and Scurry. Huh. I kind of like this because it's kind of got like my animal kind of feel to it a little bit, right? So these 2 people here are the journey people, and these 2 are the destination, and she's even put the percentages on here. I think that's kind of cool. We're going to talk about the percentage in the population, but I feel like that my journey people, Hem and Haw, are getting a bad rap. So I feel like I need to say something, Alex, to defend them. Once again, I'm going to read something. Well, I guess it's not in the 1970s. 1969, we're going back 2 more years. Sly and the Family Stone put out a song. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Everyday people. This is the essence of journey people. Now, my journey people in the audience, you won't have to have further explanation after I read this. The rest of you don't get it. You just don't get it. Let's see if Erica understands the essence of journey. Let me read you these lines. You probably wasn't born in the 70s, were you? Sometimes I'm right, and I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. the butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I don't know what the heck you just said.
Sing it. You want me to sing it? No, I don't know about singing it. I don't know. I can't. I'll think about it. All right. Listen, real quick, I just want to say this about destination and journey people. These 20%, if you're here tonight, I close your ears. I don't want to offend you, okay? That's a guy named him. Yeah. This 20%, they're not going to do this business. If, you know, I'd love to try to convince you too, but I don't have time to try to convince you. I'm going to move on. I'm through trying to convince people. You know, I'm just done with that. But I'm going to say there's a chance that this group here, the 50%ers, that's a lot of people in the population. And I'm going to defend them because I'm in that group. I am in the 50%. I am Hall. So, and guess who else is? The American worker, the person out there that's delivering the packages as we speak. You get your Amazon package from the Halls. You go to the drive-thru, they're waiting on you. Somebody's got to do the work in this country, all right? Now, do you want to recruit us? Well, you could ask Andy if he wants to recruit me. I don't know. I mean, it's very debatable. You don't have to make that face. It's not helpful. So, yeah. I'm not going to get you rich if you recruit me, but I might write 3 apps a week. Might. So that's 50% of the population. Here's your sweet spot, everybody. SNF. SNF is 15% of the population. SNF's going to do this thing. This is who you want to recruit. They're going to do this thing. I don't know about the top 5% that is scurry. There's some in this room, and they've made some money in this business. I'm looking at one right now. I'm looking at another one right now. They're right here on the front row. I'm looking at them, right? We need more of them, but they're only 5%. We need to find them. But this is our breakdown, our percentages. Listen, gain, I am not looking for gain. This group here are looking for gain. I'm looking for you to tell me how I can get rid of my pain. I live in the past, and the best you can do to get me is to the present. These people right here, they live in the present, and they're trying to get to the future. That's the difference between this. That's what that book's about. And, yeah. So what, you know, everyday people is about my people, and we have heart. That's what I want to say. I'm trying to defend this. The one way I could think is we have heart. We actually have a heart. Unlike this other side over here, I'm not pointing at her directly. They're more brain than they are heart. Right, Mrs. Grinch?
Hey, I have a heart, just not as big as yours, Mother Teresa.
Yeah, that was ugly, wasn't it? That was a little uncalled for. Is there anything in your book that you could find that would defend Hall? Because we are 50% of the population. Do you have anything, a little like something short that in that book? I hope there's something in there that defends 50% of the population.
Well, I read you this the other day. So, this is about Haw. When you move beyond your fear, you feel free. Haw realized he had been held captive by his own fear. Moving in a new direction had freed him. Once he had gotten past his fear, it turned out to be more enjoyable than he once believed it could. He had almost forgotten how much fun it was to go for it. Haw kept thinking about what he could gain instead of what he was losing. He wondered why he had always thought that change would lead to something worse. Now he realized that change could lead to something better. He asked, "Why didn't I see this before?" And I think some of you should ask the same question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, change is a problem for us journey people. When you try to change us, we take it as you're trying to, it's almost offensive to us. It's almost an insult. We start to get defensive. We're really sensitive when you try to move us from the past to the present. We want to do it in our own sweet time. But when you talk about change and you talk about destination people, they embrace change. They see it as a chance to grow. So yes, I need to learn to not be so sensitive about change. You guys did not see us put this presentation together, and I'm glad you didn't, because it got ugly. We are very opposite. I don't like a script, and I like to ad-lib, and she likes a script, and she likes to know exactly what I'm going to say next. And I kept changing it up slightly, just
And
slightly.
adding some things every time.
Yeah, I got a lecture.
But I do want to add something to this. Don't get stuck in your comfort zone. Just because likability isn't natural to me doesn't mean that I can't learn and I can't change. Because Jeff isn't always going to be there to open, and I'm not always going to be there to close. So quit celebrating what you're good at and start embracing what you're bad at.
Yeah, and that's the message for tonight. This is the trust model that we put together. I'm real proud of this. You didn't make no changes to this, did you?
No changes.
All right, good. So, yes, to get to trust, here's the thing. If I'm talking to a journey person, I must travel over this validation bridge to get them to trust me. And the validation bridge is labeled appreciation. We'll go into that a little bit. I'm just giving you like a preview of the coming slides. We're all about why, because why is a word that is addressed in the present. It's something that we're looking for. We're looking for something to be. We're looking for context or why or our purpose. We're over here. They're looking at the future and something to become. We want something to be. They want something to do over here. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about these bridges. But yeah, I'm real proud of this model, and it'll make sense to you. Basically, the objective of this model is when we're talking to people, we want to teach you to quit guessing what they're going to say next and then start anticipating what they're going to say. You need to be one step ahead of this client or this agent that you're recruiting. A lot of you are just guessing, and then you're stuck in a script. One script does not fit all sizes. You're going to have to learn to adjust. People are not the same. You can't talk to just destination people the same way you talk to journey people and vice versa. So we're going to learn a couple scripts tonight, and you're going to learn a recipe on how to be likable and how to be credible. So that's coming next. All right. 2 ways to be curious. I think Stephen's really good at this. I mean, he spoke the other day on a panel, and you spoke straight to this. I mean, I couldn't have done a better job. One otter to the next. We're good at this, right? We're good at getting people to like us. But Stephen, we're curious this way over here to the far left. We are not curious over here to the far right. That we lead off with likability. So likability and journey people want you to be interested in them. Credibility people or destination people want you to be inquisitive. Their questions are up here. Why, journey people, why do you need an IUL? Why do you need to do this business? I'm trying to get them in the present from the past. Whereas over here, we're trying to lead off with, what do you want this IUL to do for you? What do you want this business to do for you? What's next? I think you could probably speak highly more. You're more credible to talk to the right-hand side.
Well, you're right about that. I don't ask destination people why. I ask them what do you want and what's next, because I don't have to convince them that they want something. They already have their goal in mind, because they run towards gain and they don't run away from pain. So I'm not asking them to reflect on what's missing. I'm asking them to imagine what's next. Destination people don't live in the past. They live in the here and the now. So they don't want sympathy and empathy. They want strategy and solutions. All
right. We're talking about motivating journey and destination people. First, I will cover motivating the journey people, and then she'll cover the motivating the destination people. But first, I want to say something. I see another trend going on here. I don't know if y'all noticed this. Every time the bullet points come up, they're highlighted in gold. Is this another coincidence, or is this intentional?
Well,
Can you explain?
you know what I noticed, Jeff? I put these slides together. You know what else I noticed? You don't know how to use PowerPoint. So,
Yeah, that's.
did you notice something else?
Nah. Well, to my defense, I'm 63, and I don't plan on ever learning how to use PowerPoint. So it's done. So facts, that's facts. All right. Motivating journey people. Whew. Well, Stephen, I've never tried to, put it down like this, but I'll tell our secret of how we are otters and how we can do this. Because it's more natural for us, but how to teach somebody that's not like us to do it is tough. So I try to see what you think about this. So we're trying to get them to be attracted to us, right? The law of attraction, that's what we're trying to do. So I look at it as these three things. In this order, matter of fact, this is the secret recipe to get people to see you in a favorable light, right? So first of all, you want to speak with what we call in sociology enthusiastic focus. This is what some people call in the business mirroring, right? Now this is interesting because sometimes when you call somebody, you get a Tigger on the phone. Y'all know Tigger from Winnie the Pooh? You get them. They're really high energy. So I match their energy. Even though I'm not having a good day or it's real early in the morning, how you doing? They're like, fired up out of my mind. I'm like, well, that's when I'm fired up out of my mind too. We're both fired up out of our mind, Hair's on fire, Yeah, so what I'm saying here is you want to mirror them, but the enthusiastic focus I'm talking about is the sweet spot. So somewhere in that sales pitch, I'm going to take it down a notch, and I'm going to be Eeyore with the most important thing that I'm about to say. Then I'm going to go back and be Tigger. So somewhere I'm going to take it down a notch, a couple notches, and I'm going to go, hey, so you're interested in IUL? Yeah, well, good. I love IULs. And I start explaining IULs, and I start to take it down a notch. And I'm like, you know what? You know what that IUL is going to do for that kid? It's going to get rid of the cycle of poverty in this country, one IUL at a time. And I'm damn passionate about it. I don't know about you. Then I'm going to go, what do you think about that? Then I'm going to take it back up to Tigger. But I'm going to focus on the opposite of what they are. Same thing goes for Eeyore. I get a lot of Eeyores. We get a lot of Eeyores. People, we pick up the phone and, hey, you set up an interview to talk to us? Yeah. Well, I don't know what this is about. I'm like, well, you signed up to talk about selling insurance. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I said, do you want to talk about it? He goes, yeah. I'll go, yeah. We just go, yeah, back and forth. And I match that energy, but I go, I need to tell you about one thing I'm passionate about. And I'm real passionate about it. It's these damn IULs for kids. They are going to change that kid's life when they turn 65. I love an IUL for a kid. It's going to end the cycle of poverty for that kid. No, it's going to end the cycle of poverty for those kids, and that generation of poverty is going to end. That cycle of poverty is going to end. What you think about that, man? I'm mirroring. Then I'm going to speak to them, and I'm going to edify them. Now this is tough for me because I like it to be about me because I want to be, my ego stroke, and I want to be popular. But I know that I've got to, if I want to be likable, I got to make it about them. I got to edify them. I got to have no ego, egoless. That's what I got to be. It's very difficult. Lastly, I got to speak with the intent to empathize with them. I've got to practice empathy. This is the magic of being likable. You've got to master empathy. You've got to be open-minded and stay out of judgment. You must stay out of judgment to be empathetic. And I ain't talking about sympathy. Nothing to do with sympathy here. Hey, don't we have a video?
Slide.
We have a video, right? Hey, Brene Brown is the queen of empathy. She wrote 7 books about empathy. And I want you to listen to what she says and how she talks about empathy and sympathy, and that we don't need to be sympathetic to these people we're talking to. We need to learn to practice empathy. Listen to her discussion about empathy. It's about 2 minutes long.
So what is empathy, and why is it very different than sympathy? Empathy fuels connection. Sympathy drives disconnection. Empathy, it's very interesting. Teresa Wiseman is a nursing scholar who studied professions, very diverse professions where empathy is relevant, and came up with 4 qualities of empathy. Perspective taking, the ability to take the perspective of another person or recognize their perspective as their truth. Staying out of judgment, not easy when you enjoy it as much as most of us do. Recognizing emotion in other people and then communicating that. Empathy is feeling with people. And to me, I always think of empathy as this kind of sacred space when someone's kind of in a deep hole and they shout out from the bottom and they say, I'm stuck, it's dark, I'm overwhelmed. And then we look and we say, hey, you can climb down. I know what it's like down here, and you're not alone. Sympathy is, ooh, it's bad, no, you want a sandwich? Empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice, because in order to connect with you, I have to connect with something in myself that knows that feeling. Rarely, if ever, does an empathic response begin with "at least." Yeah. And we do it all the time. Because you know what? Someone just shared something with us that's incredibly painful, and we're trying to silver lining it. I don't think that's a verb, but I'm using it as one. We're trying to put the silver lining around it. So, I had a miscarriage. Oh, at least you know you can get pregnant. I think my marriage is falling apart. At least you have a marriage. John's getting kicked out of school. At least Sarah is an A student. But one of the things we do sometimes in the face of very difficult conversations is we try to make things better. If I share something with you that's very difficult, I'd rather you say, I don't even know what to say right now, I'm just so glad you told me. Because the truth is, rarely can a response make something better. What makes something better is connection.
You remember that? Remember that? That's the first things we talked about, right? She's going to talk about motivating destination people, credibility, the recipe.
So, motivating destination people is all about credibility. Because when you believe you, they believe you. So that's when your voice has power. I speak with confidence because even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to find someone that does. So that confidence never wavers. I also speak with consistency. That's my evidence. I have receipts. I've been doing it over and over again, and I have the numbers to prove it. But when I didn't, I borrowed someone else's evidence. So I borrowed Jason and Olga's evidence. And I speak with clarity. So that's my solution. And that's what everyone's really looking for. If you're stuck in the past, you can't move forward. When you use all 3, people start believing again. That's when credibility kicks in, and that's when people follow your lead. Because the truth is, sometimes the biggest thing standing between you and that confidence is fear. But it's not the fear of failure, it's the fear of your own greatness. And I want to share a slide that captures that moment perfectly.
Have you got any goals?
Goals. What would you like to be when you grow up? A doctor, a lawyer, a stand-up comic?
I don't know. The only thing I'm good at is spelling.
Go over there and read the quotation that's on the wall. Read it aloud, please.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know.
It's written in plain English. What does it mean?
That I'm not supposed to be afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of me.
All right, two ways to validate. We're going to go across these bridges. There's two bridges, as you remember, based on who you're talking to. You're talking to credibility people, you got to go across the admiration bridge, and if you're talking to journey, you go across the appreciation bridge. This is the rite of passage. They're not going to trust you. You cannot skip these bridges. You cannot go around these bridges. The best way to explain this really is to tell you a call we had with a lady, and we did both bridges at the same time. Because we didn't know what. She was giving us signals that she was journey. She was giving us signals she was destination. And at that moment in time, you know, I was, my mom has passed in the last month, but at that time, that's right before she had passed. And she had an insurance agent named Rick, and I never knew Rick. I just knew she knew him. And she, you know, I just didn't understand what y'all do in the healthcare arena. I just didn't know it. And you don't know it until you need it, right? And thank God Rick had taken care of her and got her that Medicare and those supplements. Or me and my sister would be trying to find a way to pay that $350 a day. You know, and when you're going through all that grief, and you're going through that time of pain, trying to find that money is tough, you know? So I just told her, not because I was trying to get her to trust us, but this did get her. I appreciated what she did for her, all the moms out there, but I told her about my mom. You think that changed the conversation when we were trying to recruit her? Because she said, I'm not doing life insurance. So I appreciated what she was doing in the health field. She changed her mind about life. But I wasn't gonna be happy to stop there. I turned it over to Erica, and Erica created a belief of wow. She started bragging on her accomplishments of how many policies she had written in a month and how many families she had helped. We hit her with both barrels. Do you think she trusted us after that? Yeah, absolutely she did. Yeah. Let's go to the next slide, Erica. We're ready? Gaining trust of others. Erica and I, we go about this differently, but you know what we found is both sides are important. Getting to the point of getting people to trust you, you want to sustain that trust, you've got to be accepting with the journey people. That means, like Brene Brown, you got to take a perspective. You got to feel their pain. You got to get into sadness with them if that's where they're at. You got to try to understand the pain. We call this the tell me more strategy, all right? And then Erica can talk to you about the side over here where she is so good at not accepting, but she's good at respecting them. And she uses what I call, because he says it all the time, I say tell me more. She says no worries. Because I am, my worst trait is my best trait. I talk too damn much.
That's right.
I'm never going to close. I'm never going to close. And she sends me text. Shut up, Jeff. They're ready to do it. I'm going way overboard over here. And then she takes over and she says, no worries. It's going to be all right. And she's so polite. and her voice, her voice is her superpower. She doesn't get overly excited, and that helps with the close. I've watched her do this close. I'm trying to replicate it. I don't understand. I just say the words, but they don't work for me. I'm having trouble going to this side over here. She has embraced my side. She is copying me and learning to be likable. I'm struggling, Stephen, being credible. I am struggling with that side. I'm not good at the close. So we got 2 clips. Can we?
Yep.
We'll show the clips. All right. This is a clip about being accepting and understanding. This is the Tell Me More clip. This is from Inside Out. The movie Inside Out. What a wonderful movie. Inside Out 1 and 2. Y'all have seen this with the emotions, right? So we're gonna look at joy and sadness. Now you would think joy would be really good at being empathetic and understanding somebody, but joy's not going to get into the pain with who's in pain. She's going to kind of stay away from that. She just wants to silver line everything, like Brene Brown talked about. So let's watch this clip and let's see who actually, joy or sadness, is going to get this person to move by being empathetic.
No, you can't take my rocket to the dump. Riley and I go to the moon. Riley can't be done with me.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. We can fix this. We just need to get back to headquarters. Which way to the train station?
I had a whole trip planned for us.
Hey, who's ticklish, huh? Here comes the tickle monster. Hey, Bing Bong, look at this. Oh, here's a fun game. You point to the train station and we all go there. Won't that be fun? Come on, let's go to the train station.
I'm sorry they took your rocket. They took something that you loved. It's gone. Forever.
Sadness. Don't make him feel worse.
Sorry.
It's all I had left of Riley.
I bet you and Riley had great adventures.
Oh, they were wonderful. Once we flew back in time. We had breakfast twice that day.
Sadness.
It sounds amazing. I bet Riley liked it.
Oh, she did. We were best friends.
Yeah, it's sad.
I'm okay now. Come on. The train station is this way.
Sometimes you can't move people with joy. You have to get in their sadness with them for a moment in time. That's what empathy is. That's the Tell Me More strategy. Erica, like I said, I mean, it's incredible how she does with credibility and how she can move people in a way that I cannot. And like I said, I've listened to her. I'm trying to copy. I know what she's doing. She's being extremely polite.
That's right.
And she is not understanding their pain. She recognizes it, but she's not going to wallow it with them in their pain. She's going to keep her distance, Belle. Going to keep her distance. But it's okay because I've already buttered them up. Now she can be polite and she can lead them to the finish line. But this is what I think her clients hear her say. From the movie Napoleon Dynamite, this is exactly why I think they moved. Now, she don't say this, but this is what they hear her say with all that politeness. Can we play that clip?
Hello? I don't have much to say. If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true. Thank you.
That's it. That's all she does.
I mean, come on, who will not vote?
And they
for
sign
Rachel?
up. And they buy a policy. That's all it's really simple. It's not real fancy. It's not a lot of words. She just basically says, you sign up with me, all your wildest dreams will come true. Thank you. Done. Closed. But I don't know. Erica's really good at that. She kind of puts them in a trance or hypnotizes them. Let's look at the next slide.
So people really remember Jeff. He's the memorable one. I call him chargeback protection. He gets the follow through, but people respect me. I get them to make a commitment, make a decision. And that's the point. We're trying to learn each other's way. I'm learning to be more memorable, and he's learning how to get people to respect him. Because it's about learning and changing. So stop choosing one, be both. Because when you can be remembered and when you can be respected, that's where the magic happens. Like I said at Family Reunion, this business will change your life. In Who Moved My Cheese, Spencer Johnson asks, what would you do if you weren't afraid? So go take the shot, even if you're scared. And the only way you lose is if you don't move. I still remember sitting in the audience at my first convention. I didn't know how I was going to do this. I was asking myself, can I really do this? I was afraid. But I believed. I believed with my whole heart and my whole being. I believed that this opportunity would change my life. So I took the shot, and I'm so thankful I did.
Yeah, she's really good at this. I'm glad at my age I can still teach somebody something, but I am proud of the way she has taken on my persona and learned how to be likable. Please try to get out of your comfort zone. If you're good at likability, embrace that, but learn to be more credible and be more balanced and vice versa. Because me being likable, I talk to that 70% of the population. That's a lot of people that are journey people. I talk to them about their problem. They want to talk about their problem. She talks to that other 20%. Well, I'm leaving out 10%, but they're kind of sitting in the middle. But that other 20%, she don't talk about problems. She talks about solutions. So you can start talking about problems in the opening, but you must close talking about the solution. I get them to like me talking about their problems, letting them vent. I'm their hairdresser. I'm their bartender. I'm their therapist. And I don't talk about insurance. I just talk about them and their life and who they are and what they want to become. I talk about driving to Chick-fil-A, and that's what I'm going to eat today. And they're like, I like Chick-fil-A too. I'm like, yeah, what do you get there? I mean, whatever is going to build connection, that's what I do. And then I turn it over to the master who is really good at creating solutions because now they're ready. But you know what we do for fun? We switch roles. Mm-hmm. We've been doing that here lately. And that's really fun because it's stretching us. We're growing, right? We're growing. Yeah. So this is a good slide because I like my photo up there because I'm an otter. But I will say this. Oh, my photo's gone. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sitting there thinking my photo's gone. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to see a clip here in a minute from Silver Linings Playbook. What a great movie. What a great movie, right? I want to kind of like set up the clip a little bit because this is our ending clip. 100 years before Christ, the Greeks talked about there were 7 opportunities that were going to be presented to you in your lifetime. 7. I think there's something biblical about 7. I'm not sure. They said 4 of them. You will never notice that they're around because you got blinders on, because you're not ready to see them. 3 of them you will see. 1 of them you'll be skeptical of. 1 of them you'll go, well, I'd try that, but not right now. And 1 of them you will try, and that might change your life. But what if you could be conscious of all 7? What if some of you that are new in here today, that have never been to a convention, this is one of your 7, and you're going to ignore it after you leave here. We're not asking you to join. We're just asking you to take a chance and sit down and kind of like listen, like you're doing tonight, kick the tires, so to speak, take a test drive. There's a lot of people out there that are doing this business. There's a lot of different IMOs, a lot of brokerage companies. We talk to people every day about these other places that we're competing against. You know what? I truly believe the truth still sells. I tell them the truth. We're not any different than anybody else. We sell insurance like everybody else. And I can't prove to you, because we're sitting here over a phone, you can't see me and I can't see you. And if they're real skeptical, I try to talk them out of it. I said, you're not ready. And I don't want you to do this today. I really don't. Because as much as you want to trust us, I don't know if I trust you yet. Get on our call on Tuesday night. Let me take a look at you on Zoom. Then I'll decide, and you can decide. And if you like what you see, and you feel the sense of family we have, let's sign up on Wednesday. Because Tuesday night's our call that we do with new people. So this final clip is a challenge to you new folks that are deciding right now whether you're going to do this business or not. This weekend could make or break what you could become in the future if you'll just kick the tires and take a test drive. This clip has a word in it, and I'm just going to have to tell you. I know it's Saturday night, it's not Sunday, so I shouldn't have to tell you this, but sorry, Alex, F-U-C-K is in this clip. So you have to excuse me for that, but we're still in Saturday, so I think I'm safe. In this clip, you're going to hear him tell his son and challenge his son to not let this opportunity slip through his hands. This is the message I send out, and Eric and I send out to you tonight. Please take a chance on this business. Like she said, it will definitely change your life if you treat it like an opportunity. Let's look at the clip.
Where's Tiffany? She left. What do you mean she left? She left. Where is she?
Let me tell you, I know you don't want to listen to your father, I didn't listen to mine, and I'm telling you, you gotta pay attention to signs. When life reaches out at a moment like this, it's a sin if you don't reach back. I'm telling you, it's a sin if you don't reach back, and it'll haunt you the rest of your days like a curse. You're facing a big challenge in your life right now, this very moment, right here. That girl loves you, she really, really loves you. And I don't know if Nikki ever did, but she sure as hell doesn't love you right now. And I'm telling you, don't fuck this up.
I love you, Dad.
Hey, I don't want to say the word, but you people in the back are sitting back there trying to decide, don't F this up. Take a chance. This is why we're here, is to get you to take that chance. We would like to appreciate everybody in this room for showing up, and Eric and I, it's been a privilege talking to you. You know, I'm just trying to help her, you know. I've run my race. I'm trying to help all of you. That's all I want to do. You know, that's all. I just find purpose being in this place at this time. You know, I won't be here forever, but the time I'm here, you're all welcome to get on my calls. I'll try to help you as much as I can with your mindset. A lot of you are on my calls. I appreciate that too. Thank you, guys.